Gordon James Ramsay was born on November 8th, 1966, in Johnstone, Scotland. Despite a rough upbringing, he would go on to become a world-renowned chef, TV and internet funny man, Guinness World Record holder, Michelin star owner. Jesus Christ, what hasn't this guy done? But you're not here for a history lesson. Or at least I hope you're not. You're here to see what would have happened if Chef Ramsay had been born on July 13th, 2258, in the bowels of Project Purity. Can you beat Fallout 3 as Gordon Ramsay? Since the intro vault sequence isn't too interesting, I'll take some time to explain the rules of the run. Concerning armor, Fallout 3 doesn't contain a chef's hat or anything resembling a chef's tunic, so I decided that the only piece of clothing I could wear would be a nice, fancy suit. The grimy pre-war business wear, to be exact. Concerning weapons, the only things I can use is anything that has a direct culinary use or is at the very least food adjacent. So this includes fists, knives, rolling pins, shish kebabs, nuka grenades, and flamers. Lastly, concerning healing. The only way that I can regain any sort of health is by eating or drinking. The only chems I can take are Buffout, Mentats, and Radix, since they are all taken orally. I cannot use Radaway, since that is applied intravenously. Look at me using big words. Although I can go to doctors for medical attention, as we have first-hand accounts from the man himself confirming that he has received professional medical care before. Now, with all of that out of the way, and Vault 101 resealed behind me to preserve the freshness of its contents, we're off. My first stop outside of the vault was Silver's house, Springvale's best crack addict. After tenderizing her soft, puny skull, I took her money, drugs, and some delicious pork and beans. Oh, and a knife. Then, it was off to the Super Duper Mart to do some light shopping. It was around here that I realized that holding on to enough food to heal a substantial amount was going to be one of the worst parts of the run. Even with the food sanitizer, most food items are only going to heal around 6 points while weighing a full pound. In other words, around 100 points of inventory space will be taken up solely by food and drink at any given time. That's not even including food and crafting ingredients that I'll be holding on to until I can either use them or stash them somewhere. Entering Nuketown, I grabbed some grub and told Moira that the Duper Supermart was all sold out of Fancy Lad snack cakes. She was disappointed, but still rewarded me with a state-of-the-art food sanitizer. This giant pile of crap weighs a whopping 7 pounds and increases the healing efficiency of food and drink by a whole 20%. So now, instead of healing 5 points, most food items heal for an insane 6 points. Wow. Yippee. Fucking bullshit. It doesn't even reduce rats. So much for being a sanitizer. I sound mad, but the extra healing does add up with better, rarer food items, but early game you may as well be drinking your own piss. Moira's next request was to absorb enough rads to make a Chernobylite blush. Easy enough. I just hopped on down to the big boom boom in the center of town and drank some of the plutonium-flavored Kool-Aid with Colonel Cromwell. Returning to Moira, I gained awesome atomic superpowers, such as hair loss, rectal bleeding, malignant tumors, and the ability to mend bones after soaking up enough rats. Seems a bit shit, but considering that I can't use stims or Radaway, and most food items give you a couple rads anyways, having the ability to fix broken limbs at the cost of turning into a human nightlight isn't too bad of a trade-off. The next task on Moira's endless list of shit to do was to head over to Arkansas and take out Minefield. Wait, no, that's wrong. Oh, head over to Minefield and take out Arkansas. After an eventful trip that included getting tag-teamed by dogs and rats, and learning how to make shish kebabs and nuke grenades, I put an end to the worst U.S. state. Seriously, what good has come from Arkansas? Slick Willie? Leave a comment if you're from Arkansas so I can know that your family tree looks like a Christmas wreath. Back at Megaton, Moira told me to break a leg, I took that to heart, and then she told me to go engage in pest control. Since using the repellent stick would violate the rules of the challenge, I'm gonna use a little trick called lying. You know, that thing your parents did when they told you Santa wasn't real, or that your pet hamster went to the big Petco in the sky, when in reality your shithead brother put him in the microwave because he thought that he could use a suntan, even though that's not how it fucking works, Derek! It was around here that I got the shish kebab. You could argue that it isn't really a culinary tool, but I'd argue that using a flaming blade to prepare dishes is exactly the kind of shit you'd see in some bougie Michelin star restaurant. I am going to stock up on mole rat meat though. It'll come in handy later. In the meantime, it was off to Cranberry Commons in order to make an upgrade to my culinary artillery. After stumbling into some steamy enemies to lovers roleplay, I tracked down the mechanist and defragged his ass.
Get fucked.
Looting his corpse, I went to see the baddest bitch this side of the Mason-Dixon line. I could fix her. Trading in the mecha drip for a knife coated in the antagonizer's vaginal discharge was well worth it. It does the same damage as a regular knife, but the cultures of ant-related venereal diseases growing on the blade cause it to deal 4 points of poison damage for 10 seconds, which stacks with every swing. Not bad. Returning to Megaton, I lied to Moira about how useful the mole rat repellent is. Her next inane chore was to go and discover the complexities of Mire-Lucy. Before leaving Kiloton, I rigged the bomb to blow because Burke promised me more money, and
we've got to have money.
On the way to the memorial, I gave Grandma Sparkles a taste of Ant-Aids because this wouldn't be a legitimate Fallout 3 run otherwise. Okay, so I forgot to record some of this, so enjoy my crude recreation of the following events. While I was in the area, I stopped by the tepid sewers to grab some of that sweet, sweet mole rat meat. I ended up spending way more time than I needed to here because I forgot that the Wonder Meat Maker was in the Jury Street station and not in the tepid sewers. You might have noticed that I've been picking up Wonder Glue throughout the run. If that happened at all in the background footage, I don't know if it will. I write and record the scripts before I edit the videos together. Well, here's why. In the bowels of the Metro, there's a thingamajig that, through an incredibly complex process, cures raw mole rat meat with super glue. It's like a post-apocalyptic ordinary sausage video. This Wonder Meat heals for 24 points, quadruple that of regular mole rat meat. By the end of this little shopping spree, I came out with 21 pieces. Now, on to the last chapter of Moira's memoir. First up was the history of Rivet City. I tried to hit a pinky first, but that didn't work. I had to bumble around the market first before he'd tell me the truth. It was a whole process. While I was in the area, I decided to be preemptive and kill the muties at Project Purity. As well as head over to the library and check it off ahead of schedule. On the way, I stumbled into the bad side of town and had an encounter of the Talon kind. I was left with 2 health. Luckily, I was able to suckle myself all the way from the brink of death via one of the library's water fountains. After turning in both objectives, I completed the vampire quest, as you are rewarded with the ability to sip on blood packs like Capri Suns, making them restore a solid 20 health. Then blah blah Rob Cove, robots, blah blah. Unfortunately for Moira,
I'm not big into books.
So, after turning in the quest, as a reward for microwaving Megaton for 30 seconds on high, I was given the penthouse suite in Tenpenny Tower, finally granting me an abode worthy of a man of refinement. As a bonus, I bought the Nuka-Cola machine, which allowed me to chill all the Nuka-Cola in my inventory, doubling its healing effectiveness from 12 to 24 points. I got sick of running around naked, so I banged out the replicated man and killed Zimmer for his skin. I also borrowed all the fresh food in the lab, as they restore a solid 12 health each and give no rats. 11 paragraphs after exiting the vault, I finally resumed the search for Liam Neeson by hopping directly to Smith Casey's. While activating the failsafe would be much quicker. It's been a while since I played Fallout 3, so I decided to play along with Braun. First up was making Timmy cry. Easy enough, though I may as well try some of his lemonade before I do anything. Oh. Looks like it's time to show Timmy why they call me the Iron Chef.
What the fuck are you doing? Fucking useless. Fucking raw! Raw! Fucking shit! Fuck off! Get out! Get out!
After that, I made brain pate out of Martha Chimpson's cranium, which I then framed Mrs. Rockwell for. I watched Miss Henderson try to bake a pie, gone wrong, gone wild, etc., and finally sliced and diced my way around the lane. As a parting gift for Braun, I triggered the failsafe. After telling James Neeson,
Sigma Spider climbed up the skibbity spout. And that spider is you, Top Sigma, James, yes it is.
You're still my son, and I love you, but I can't begin to tell you how
disappointed in you I am.
I tracked down the unique flamer, the Burn Master. With the power of propane, I finally moved on with the main quest. The Enclave troops, in spite of their decent damage output and top-of-the-line power armor, aren't really too hard to kill. Bethesda wanted to make sure even low-level players wouldn't have too much of a problem with them. Thanks, Todd. During the trek through the sewers, I pushed Garmin Boja into the line of fire so I wouldn't have to put up with the shit. I can spare the stims, it's not like I use any, but it's the principle of it, you know? Now, for Little Lamplight, I sweet-talked my way into and around the place. Before plunging into Vault 87, I convinced McCready to cut me in on their cave fungus trade. It was here that I decided that I tried to do any food-related quests. Any that I remembered. On the way to the Gek, I leveled up and took the cannibal perk, allowing me to indulge in the sweetest meat. Man.
I want that juicy shack meat.
The fight towards the Gek wasn't too bad, although Fallout 3 reared its ugly head upon reaching the irradiated hallway leading up to the Gek. I know, Fallout 3, buggy, no. Fox had disappeared. I waited. Nothing. I waited some more. Nothing. There was nothing I could do. There was no way I was getting through there without Radaway, but I couldn't use... Fox is still here. So, it turns out that if you get too far away from Fox, he just stops moving, which is very easy to do since he walks so goddamn slow. After that embarrassing blunder, Confessor Autumn knocked me out and tossed me into the Enclave's free candy van. On my way to meet the President, I made sure that every Enclave member I ran into came out well done with a charcoal black sear. Talking to Edom, I hit him with that
Kill yourself!
Emerging from the depths, I made a beeline for Girder Shade, where I decided to fuel Sierra Petrovita's addiction. Between the 19 quantums I already had, and some quick stops at the new coal plant, Paradise Falls, where my reputation preceded me, and the truck by Old Only, I had more than enough quantums to finish the quest. I also made sure to pop into the Yaogwai Caverns to grab the second Nuka Grenade schematic. After giving Sierra the last couple bottles of Quantum, I eviscerated her for all 70 bottles of cola she had squirreled away. I know, I should have gotten at least one Mississippi Quantum Pie from her, but I was so sick of doing her bidding that I honestly just didn't care. And I forgot about it. Second to last stop before the purifier was the quaint little town of Andale.
Look at this! Look! 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 What the fuck is this?
Hey there, stranger.
Finally, some good fucking food.
Cramming all the strange meat I could find into my pockets, I went back to Little Lamplight to turn all of it in for some cave fungus. At this point, it's more of a novelty than anything. It only heals 6 points, but it does take away 10 rads, so that's neat. Liberty Logan Paul drink bugged out a few times on the way to the purifier, but aside from that, it was your standard role reversed escort quest. The nuka grenades made short work of the soldiers leading up to the rotunda, and Colonel You Again was a joke. Entering the purifier, I punched in the ham-fisted biblical reference and beat Fallout 3 as Gordon Ramsay. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, dislike, I don't care, click's a click to the algorithm. Sorry if this video seems a little disjointed. This is the first time I've really edited a comprehensive video together, and since you gotta jump through a bunch of hoops to get Fallout 3 working, I couldn't use Steam Overlay to take notes, so I had to Alt-Tab whenever I wanted to jot something down, and that would just crash the game sometimes. It's just a giant mess. I'm gonna try to have another one of these runs out every 2 weeks or so, hopefully with more comprehensive notes. So, yeah, if you enjoyed, feel free to stick around. I will see you again. Bye.